one of those people like you that thinks the call was iffy, but it's not necessarily enough to impeach. And I see this process as highly partisan on both sides, and everyone sort of made their decisions before hearing the case. How do you think the Democrats can make a better case to the American people and potential skeptics?
Well, it's not my job to tell the Democrats how to make a better case. I think they needed evidence of high crimes and misdemeanors. Look, I'm in this process because I love my country and I love the Constitution, and I don't want to see the Constitution weaponized into a political tactic that can be used against any president. The next president, a Democrat, if there's a Republican House, they will impeach him on abuse of power. On the floor of the Senate, I listed 40 American presidents who have been accused of abusing their power, from Washington to Jefferson to Lincoln to current presidents. You can't use the concept of abuse of power. It's too broad. It's not in the Constitution. And I'm here to defend the Constitution, not any particular president. I'm here to defend future presidents as well as the current president.
But don't you think the fact that it has become so partisan, I think no matter which lens you're viewing this through, has hurt the case either for or against? Because I think
absolutely,
both. Yeah.
Absolutely. It's become too partisan. You know, it was Congressman Nadler who said you don't impeach unless there's broad bipartisan support. Hamilton said the greatest danger is that impeachment will turn on the number of votes and the party who has the most votes in each house. That great danger has come about. You should never have an impeachment unless there's broad, widespread, nonpartisan support. That doesn't exist here.
Let me ask you something. Do you think, Professor, that Trump should go under oath, like Clinton did?
Well, you know, I'm a lawyer for 50 years. I've never put any of my clients on the witness stand because it's easy to lay perjury traps for people. That's his decision. He wants to testify, and his lawyers, I'm not among them, I'm not one of his personal lawyers, have advised him not to testify.
Yes. Alan, you just mentioned that you've been a lawyer for a long time, and,
right.
and you have been a defense attorney.
Right.
Well, even with the new Bolton revelations, we still don't have a guarantee that Republicans will vote to hear from Bolton. And, you know, my question is, what kind of trial have you seen that doesn't have witnesses or evidence? I mean, if Trump didn't... Well, but if Trump didn't commit a crime, why not let the evidence and witnesses back him up? Because in my experience as a prosecutor, defendants always have a list of witnesses that exonerate them.
Let me ask you a question. You're a prosecutor, and you indict somebody for dishonesty, not a crime, dishonesty. And
I didn't indict people
let me, that's my point. But if you ever indicted somebody on something that wasn't a crime, you wouldn't have witnesses. You would have a motion to dismiss. The judge would dismiss it. I've had cases like that, which I've won based on no witnesses because no crime has been charged. I argue that no impeachable offense has been charged. If I'm right, there are no witnesses. If I'm wrong, then the rule has to be if one side can call witnesses, the other side must be able to call witnesses. We must have equality.
Okay.
Okay, so let's say...
Wait, Megan, you got another question.
Oh, sure, we have one more. Last time you were on the show, we pressed you about your ties to Jeffrey Epstein.
Right.
You served as a lawyer for him in the mid-2000s when he was under federal investigation for possible sex crimes, including dozens of underage girls. You've also been accused of having sex with one of the underage girls Epstein allegedly lent out to his powerful friends. And now you and that woman have both filed defamation allegations against each other. Did your connection to Epstein give the Trump team any pause adding you to the defense?
That's a good question. The first thing I told President Trump when he asked me to do this is about those matters, and I told him there was no truth to it. I have emails from the woman admitting she never met me. I have a tape recording from her lawyer admitting it would be impossible for us to meet and that she was simply wrong. I have an FBI investigation from the former director, and I told him that this would be raised and that he should seriously consider whether he wants me to be his lawyer. Look, when Bill Clinton wanted me to help in his case back then, I had to say to him, I was O.J.'s lawyer. Do you want the headline to be Clinton picks O.J.'s lawyer? These are all factors that go into consideration, but a client should never be held responsible for his client's illegal activities. We're lawyers. We represent them. I did absolutely nothing wrong in connection with the Epstein case. That's why I'm suing. I have nothing to hide. I am awaiting a trial where I will prove that I was framed for money and that I am completely vindicated.
Our thanks to Alan Dershowitz. He's written a new foreword to the Constitution and the United States, the Declaration of Independence. That's available now.